The thing to this show is evolution. We're going to talk about a little bit of evolution. Everybody know when we first think about evolution, when we first heard of it, I think the thing that comes to most people's mind is what we was taught in school, Charles Darwin, natural selection, survival of the fittest, things of that nature. When they told us that human beings evolved from monkeys. Side note, tell y'all something that y'all probably don't know, that when you go into like human DNA or genetics and stuff, that where we derive from, our location at parts of Africa, we have different DNA than white people. Did y'all know that? When they talk about the Neanderthal, I never know how to pronounce that word. But they got a different DNA, like they have. It's crazy, like they got the Neanderthal DNA, that caveman shit. Like that shit ain't no myth, but I just on some studying and shit, I just found
So they
that.
call them cave bitches. When they call them cave bitches, it's like they're really cave bitches.
What you talking about?
Now remember
man?
Q?
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
What you mean?
Nah, it was
You ain't never heard that motherfucking
Ice Cube.
Okay, so I'm
death stick, but let's not get sidetracked from this. I ain't being funny, racist or nothing. I'm just being scientifically accurate. But what I was talking about with evolution was like just growth as individuals, as people, as human beings. The first time I think in my personal life that I experienced evolution was when that I knew I experienced it. It may have been like when I first got the string of hair on my dick. I didn't know what happened, but I knew something happened. And it sounds like I'm being funny or not, but I'm being just actual. Like I didn't know like what I was evolving into, but that was my first physical sign of evolution. When you like women, they notice their evolution with their menstrual cycles. They start growing titties, you know what I'm saying? Physical features. We start getting facial hair, things like that. That's all physical things. And they're really insignificant in the whole scope of things, in the whole scheme of things. Evolution in its most proper, thought out form or explained, as far as I'm thinking, it's like the evolution of our thinking. This is a passage in the scriptures that say, when I became a man, I put away childish things. When you become a man and you put away childish things, what I want to apply to in this situation is where, as a child, you can be told anything and you roll with it. It's easy to mold children's minds because at an age, they believe everything you say. I got kids, everything I tell them, they trust it. Like they believe everything I say because they wouldn't expect me to lie to them. Of course, I'm indoctrinating them. But when I'm indoctrinating them too, I feel that it's righteous. My mother and father, they indoctrinated me into things that they felt was righteous. As a grown man who has a mind that evolves, I have to see that. I have to seek it out. I have to see if I can go against the grain, not just being rebellious, but I got to see if they was right. So I got to check things out. And people who evolve the most are people who seek things out. People who not afraid of change. People not afraid of going against the grain to be considered uncool or whatever you may have it. My personal evolution, it leads me, first off, I always thank the Most High, man, that I have a desire to learn. I have a desire to grow. It's just something about learning that turns me on. Like, not sexually, but it's something that's motivating. Very stimulating. So it's not hard for me to evolve, so to speak. I always talk about how I was the only person in my family who quit celebrating holidays, who quit eating pork, things to that nature, is because, like, if I hear something, I'll go study it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't just adapt to it and stuff. It has to be something substantial behind it. I've been a person who at times when somebody tell me something, I'll just blindly be like, nah, you don't know what the fuck you talking about. But I once read, and it was one of the most wisest quotes I ever said, that condemnation without examination is the height of ignorance. To disagree with something just on the basis of disagreeing, that's like as ignorant as it gets. And I've been on that side of the table where I've just done that. And I didn't like being proved wrong by, you know what I'm saying, in that situation. So it causes me to evolve and shit in my way of thinking. And just evolving, it takes a lot of going against the grain. And what I mean by that is, like, my parents, like I said, they indoctrinated with certain things that I said, nah, I ain't doing that shit. Or I ain't doing that shit. Something in particular, going to church, things like that. And just away from them, I think that our biggest indoctrination that's less righteous than our parents do is indoctrination from the schools, from the government, from things like that. When you a kid, man, they can tell you anything. Like, right now, it is a gang of people who believe that we live on a ball that's spinning 25,000 miles per hour. We can't feel ourselves moving because it's a force called gravity holding us down. And it's actually people who live under the ball in Australia who are clinging to the earth because of something called gravity. And the reason why we believe this, like, if you think about it with a clear mind as an adult, where you just take away, you know what I'm saying, the first thing, and it's like what I'm saying is just my personal belief, and it's based on study. I believe that we live on a flat earth, a circular flat earth. And the reason why I believe that is just because first, it's common sense. I don't believe we're on a ball that's spinning. And I also said that, and this looked like evolution in my head. When I first heard it, I thought it was absurd. But when I talk about indoctrination, when you go into this classroom, the first thing you see is a globe, a circle. So that's when indoctrination starts. And then they start telling you things, you know what I'm saying? This is this, this is that, and we believe it. You know what I'm saying? We believe like billions of years ago something called dinosaurs on Earth, and it was a big bang that killed them. And I mean, it's just things like that we're indoctrinated with. As you grow and you evolve, you either stick to the status quo or you go against the grain. This is getting a little bit more off of what I'm talking about as far as the evolution. Evolution is a person. Today is Jay-Z's birthday. Just to bring it all the way back to pop culture shit. I've never seen a person evolve in an industry like Jay-Z had. Whether it be sports, music. I'm talking entertainment, whether it's sports, music, or movies, film, whatever. What Jay-Z has done is the most impeccable shit I've ever seen as far as evolution, as far as evolving. Jay-Z turns 49 years old today. There are no other rappers who have gotten into their 40s. I can even go as far as say mid-30s, who have maintained a level of cool that Jay-Z has. And the reason why is not because he can rap. Nas can rap. Rakim can still rap. I'm sure Big Daddy Kane and KRS-One can still rap. Ice Cube can still rap. He evolved. He evolved with his audience. He kept his pulse to the music, to the culture, and he evolved with it. Jay-Z's first mainstream album, Unreasonable Doubt, came out in 1996, 22 years ago.
Yo, what up, motherfuckers? We back with another exciting, fantastic episode of The Conceited Nobody, brought to you by everywhere, because we streaming on everything. iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, motherfucking iHeartRadio, and we have our own app, and we have our own YouTube channel. So make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, The Conceited Nobody, and make sure you download the app and tune in every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Video posted every Friday on the YouTube channel. We the best. Come on, man. Who better than us? It's The Conceited Nobody, and we concerned about nobody.
It's The Conceited Nobody, and we concerned by nobody. You niggas probably, you niggas copy us. We see you copy the poppy, you don't be showing love. We out here blowing trees, you out here smoking dust.
I'm moving backwards, I feel these bastards after me. I'm really past it, really, I'd rather have it. All in the something, these niggas really be fighting for nothing.